Greetings, colleagues. Do you write emails but not sure if you're using the right phrases? Or perhaps you want to find some new phrases to use, some different ways to start the email. Do you use small talk when you begin your email? Some people love small talk, others hate it. Where do you fall on this? What kind of questions do you ask? What questions are too personal and should be avoided? Let's go through these topics and level up your emailing skills. Greetings, colleagues. I'm Timothy Barrett, and this is the 4 Business English Rundown, the show for professionals from all over the world who want to improve their communication skills in English. All right, let's jump into it. Small talk or not? Let's improve your email skills. If you're looking to learn a little bit more, we do have a course on emailing at 4businessenglish.com. So check that out. So should we include some small talk in the introduction paragraph? That's what we're talking. Small talk being like, hey, how are you? How have you been? What's up? What's new? That sort of thing. Do we want to include that in a business email? Now, of course, if we're emailing a friend, I mean, it's not a business email, it's a friend, it's a relative, then that might be the whole purpose of the email. But when we're doing a business email, we're writing a colleague, a client, someone like that. Do we want to spend a lot of time on this small talk? If we ask the same questions in every email, it gets to the point where do we even expect an answer? And so then it's just more that people have to read, but yet it doesn't really add anything to the conversation. Generally speaking, I'm kind of divided on this, but usually I try to avoid small talk. I won't include it. I'll just kind of get to the point. In another video we have upcoming, we're going to talk about what should we include in the first paragraph, in the opening paragraph. I'll leave a link to that now. But I generally try to avoid the small talk, with some exceptions. For instance, I have a relationship, kind of a friendly relationship with some colleagues in the past, but I might only email them a few times a year. So then when I do email them, I will ask, like, gee, how has your year been? How has your semester been? What have you been up to? How was your summer? How was your New Year's, Christmas, that sort of thing, when I'm writing them. But I write them so infrequently that I think it works. Whereas someone that I'm writing more often, and maybe have a less friendly and more business style relationship, I try not to avoid small talk. But sometimes I fall into the trap where I feel almost compelled to include a line or something like that. So I don't think that, for me, there's no hard and fast rule, but I tend to kind of minimize or exclude the small talk. But others swear by it. Right now, let me know in the comments, what do you think about small talk? Do you include small talk in your emails? Do you want to know the answers when you ask the questions? What do you think of small talk? When they ask you how you are, what did you do this summer, this weekend, whatever, do you answer it? Do you provide information? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you do include small talk, you want to keep 2 things in mind. One, you want to try to personalize it. What do you know about the recipient? If you know details like, oh, I know they just went on a trip to Vienna, let me ask them about that. Or I know that they really love, fishing, or they just, ran a marathon, let me ask them about that, or wish them congratulations, or something like that. That is much more powerful than a general, what are you up to? What's new? How was your vacation? How was summer? Those kind of questions people almost just kind of ignore. Whereas if you personalize it, if you know something about them, then it can be good. Now, you also want to be genuine. So this is where, why do we ask a question if we don't expect an answer? If I'm going to ask a question, I don't even care what the answer is, or I don't expect them to answer it, then why am I asking it? Because I'm wasting precious text. Emails are already too long. Every study of email says that emails are too long. So if I'm adding a sentence, a line or 2 that they don't really read, they just kind of glance over, they don't respond to, is it really adding value to the email? Probably not. But if you do include small talk, you want to personalize and be genuine. And of course, when we're doing that, we don't want to be too personal. Maybe we have a business relationship, but I don't feel comfortable asking about, his wife or her husband or, their kids or what they did on their family vacation or something. It's like, why do you care what I did in my family vacation? So you don't want to be too personal as well. Now, as you build your relationships, maybe you become closer. You become more and more friendly with each other. Maybe you become friends, not just colleagues. And then maybe it is appropriate. But kind of keep that in mind. I want to go through several phrases or several examples so we can kind of see what some small talks are. Now, some of these I might use myself, some maybe I wouldn't, and I might comment about it. I'm just trying to include a variety that I've seen or that are out there. So these are some common starters to start the email. I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well. I hope this email finds you well. I hope you are well. I hope you are well, all is well. So I think these are kind of the same thing over and over, just a few different ways to say it. And it's not a bad starter. I might use something like this because if we feel obligated to use that small talk to have something kind of personal, this is a good one, I think. I hope all is well with you. And then I get into the meat of the conversation, the meat of the email. I'm not spending too much time. I'm not asking personal details or anything like that. I'm just saying, I wish you good wishes, that sort of thing. And then getting on with the email. So it's not a bad starter. Other variations, I hope this email finds you well. I hope you're enjoying this lovely day. I hope you are having a great Monday, great Friday, great January, whatever it is. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope everything's going well on your end. Hope you are having a great day, a lovely vacation, lovely weekend, nice break. Hope you're all good. Hope you're doing well despite the rain, snow, cold weather, hot weather, whatever it is. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great week so far. I hope you're enjoying your holiday. How are things over in Boston? How's it going? How have you been? I hope you enjoyed a name of an event. I hope you enjoyed the event. I hope you enjoyed your day off. I hope you enjoyed your trip. I hope you feel better soon. Now, these might be relevant if, again, we're personalizing it. We know something about them, that they just had a vacation or they just went to this conference, this training. Maybe I saw them there, or maybe we just talked about it. So I'm asking about something specific or mentioning something specific. That can be kind of good. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you had a great time hope you had a great trip. Hope you had a great weekend, week, day. Hope you had a wonderful holiday season, Christmas season, Easter season, whatever it is. Hope you already had your morning cup of coffee. Hope you weren't waiting for someone else's message. So here, is a little bit more comical, maybe lighthearted. Maybe we're a little friendlier with them. We know them a little bit better, so that may be appropriate. If it's someone I don't know very well, then I wouldn't use these starters, certainly. I hope you're well. I hope your day so far has been pleasant. I hope your week has been great so far. I hope your week started well. These are very similar to ones we already looked at, just changed around just a little bit, which isn't bad too. In real life, IRL. What if you actually met someone that you emailed in real life? Maybe we can mention that in our next email. I think that's entirely appropriate. It was great to see you, great presentation today, or yesterday, last week, whatever it was. I'm glad that we met. I'm happy to, whatever it is. I'm glad we had a chance to chat at the convention, at the training, at the conference, at the dinner, at the lunch. I'm so glad we had a chance to catch up during whatever it was. It was a pleasure meeting you. It was a pleasure to meet you at the convention. It was a pleasure to meet you yesterday, last week, last month, whatever it was. It was great to see you. It was great to see you on Thursday. It was great to see you on whatever. Great to connect. It was great to meet you today. So good to see you. So good to see you, man. A little bit more casual or slangy. If you're meeting someone in real life, I don't know about you, but there's lots of people that I've emailed professionally that I've never met or rarely meet. Maybe we work in the same building, or maybe we work not too far away, but we never meet each other. So if we do get a chance to meet, the next email, it makes sense that you would mention that. Like, oh, it was good to finally meet you. Maybe we've been emailing for a year, but we finally met each other at this conference, at this training, or we just ran into each other, that sort of thing. It's good to mention that, I think. So these ones, I think, would definitely be small talk that I would include, if I met someone and that was kind of strange and unusual. And what do I mean by that? If I meet someone on a regular basis, I see them all the time, I'm not going to necessarily mention that in the email. I see them almost every morning when I enter the building, I walk by their desk or something like that. I'm not going to say when I email them later that morning, hey, it was good to see you this morning, when I see them almost every morning. That doesn't make sense. But if I rarely see them, or this was the first time I saw them, the first time I met them, then I would probably mention it. I think that would be effective small talk, good small talk to include. So lighthearted or comical. So if you do have a good relationship with someone, you are close to them, or some people give off this vibe that you can joke around with them. Maybe they joke around with you. Then this could be effective, and it could be a good way to build that relationship, build that rapport. So they're not just a faceless email you're emailing, but you're building a friendship. Aha, another email. Almost the weekend, yay, but one more question before you go. Great to see your name in my inbox. Happy not Monday. Happy hump day, Wednesday. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Happy New Year, happy holidays, happy whatever. Hello from the other side of the room, the other side of the building, maybe the other side of the world. Hello, mic testing. Maybe you sent them an email, they didn't respond. You're just seeing if they can hear you or read you. Hold tight, the weekend is just around the corner. I promise this mail isn't as long as the last one. It's been too long. Super quick thing. Long time, no talk. We hope the week was only mildly boring. We hope you had the time away you needed. Yep, me again. All right, it's time to conquer that like button and make it ours. If you enjoyed this discussion of small talk and emailing, then check out one of our other videos. Watch that one now.